Norman Osborn faked his own death just to steal Spider-Man's blood and turn himself into a literal monster. In this wild Dieselpunk universe, Empire City is completely falling apart. Spider-Man just survived a brutal deathmatch inside the Baxter Building against a cyborg Dr. Octopus. Doc Ock literally tries to hijack Peter's body, but gets his brain blown out by a sniper shot from the Punisher. With the city in total chaos, J. Jonah Jameson actually steps up and becomes the new mayor. But the craziest part is the ending. Osborn is hiding in an abandoned club with Doc Ock's corpse and the lizard in a tank. He injects Peter's blood straight into his heart, officially birthing the Green Goblin. Spider-Man is officially public enemy number 1 in a Dieselpunk nightmare. Empire City is falling apart. Mayor Osborn is presumed dead after an assassination by the mysterious Dr. O, and the grid is swallowed by a demonic fog. Naturally, J. Jonah Jameson is broadcasting that Spidey is to blame for the chaos. Meanwhile, down in Dr. O's blown-up underwater lair, the lizard is secretly alive and just mauled a shark to survive. Up on the police rooftop, a seriously depressed Spider-Man is teaming up with Commissioner Stacy to figure out this war of kings. With Osborn gone and literal monsters lurking in the ruins, Spidey is completely out of jokes and running out of time. Spider-Man just hijacked a live news broadcast to publicly roast a supervillain. Dr. O hacked the drone network of Empire City, a literal utopia floating above the ocean. He threatened to shut down the magnetic plates and drop entire neighborhoods into the sea unless citizens surrender half their wealth. Instead of playing detective, Spider-Man got fed up. He crashed J. Jonah Jameson's live rant, webbed him to the wall, and took over the camera. Spidey called Dr. O a broke coward and challenged him to a final showdown at the ruins of Oscorp Tower. Sometimes the best way to stop a criminal mastermind is to just bruise their ego on live television. Spider-Man just baited a supervillain into a live-streamed brawl, but the bad guy literally pulled the plug on the city. Waiting on a wrecked Oscorp Tower, Spidey hopes this ego check brings Dr. O out of hiding. It works, but Dr. O rolls up in a giant blimp and drops an EMP. The blast blacks out the skyline and kills the cameras. Spidey assumes the Doc is scared to lose on TV. Instead, Dr. O drops down in a pod, sprouting mechanical spider legs. Spidey attacks, but gets absolutely wrecked by hidden robot spears and slammed into a wall. Now Spider-Man faces a brutal choice: join the villain who just crushed him, or get permanently destroyed. Spider-Man just got absolutely wrecked by Doc Ock and completely humbled by the cops in one night. He was literally getting choked out by tentacles and had to secretly slap a tracker on Ock's rig just to survive. Right when things looked fatal, Commissioner Stacy and his squad burst onto the roof, guns blazing. Ock drops a smokescreen and escapes on a blimp, leaving Spidey in a broken pile. But instead of a thank you, Stacy completely rips into him. He calls Spider-Man a scared, impulsive kid who almost got the entire city destroyed just to play hero. Now Spidey is completely on his own to track down a villain who already squashed him once. Uncle Ben, surviving to become Spider-Man's tactical mastermind, is the wildest plot twist ever. Instead of dying to teach Peter a lesson, Ben is patching up a battered Spidey and plotting their next move against Dr. Octopus. Dr. O is currently shaking down the floating metropolis of Empire City for half its wealth and squatting in the abandoned Baxter Building. Since the roof is swarming with robot roaches, a frontal web-slinging assault is absolute suicide. They have to ditch the spandex for pure stealth. Stepping up to the front lines, Uncle Ben grabs a vintage postal worker uniform to infiltrate the villain's heavily guarded lair himself. Sometimes the greatest superpower isn't radioactive blood. It's just knowing how to blend in. Spider-Man just uncovered the craziest villain plot ever by sneaking into the Baxter Building disguised as a purple minion. Uncle Ben literally baits two guards into a dark alley using fake mail and the promise of adamantium. Peter knocks them out, steals a suit, and grabs a briefcase full of gold to infiltrate the base. Inside, he realizes this villain, Dr. O, isn't just robbing the city. He is melting down tons of stolen gold to hijack Norman Osborn's blueprints and turn the entire Baxter Building into a flying solid gold space station. Now Peter is face to face with the boss, but instead of throwing punches, he has to play it smart and wait for the perfect weakness. Spider-Man just pulled off the ultimate undercover sting operation to expose a supervillain. Disguised as a minion, Peter Parker infiltrated Dr. Octopus's crew. While hauling gear and listening to break-room gossip, he secretly snapped photos of the entire operation.
All right,
it turns out Doc Ock is a massive
road.
fraud. He doesn't have the power to destroy the city. He's actually broke, using stolen gold to build a spaceship from stolen blueprints. Peter found an old radio room and leaked the evidence. J. Jonah Jameson broadcasted the truth, sending Doc Ock into a total meltdown. Now the cornered villain is ordering his army to burn everything down. Spider-Man literally hijacked a ballistic missile to save the police force from Dr. Octopus. Doc Ock set a massive trap for the cops at the Baxter Building, and Peter is stuck inside disguised as a minion. With zero time to warn them, he finds blueprints to read Richard's escape pod and executes an insane plan. He triggers the launch sequence but uses a laser sword to sever the exhaust pipe. Trapping the rocket blast inside knocks out the power to blind Ock's army, while the missile shoots into the sky as a giant warning flare. Doc Ock screams over the intercom that the blast will kill them all. Peter just fires back that his soul is prepared. Spider-Man just weaponized the Fantasticar to absolutely demolish Dr. Octopus. Doc Ock is playing king of the castle at the Baxter Building, but the second things get heated, he tries to ditch his own minions. A massive missile launch tips off Commissioner Stacy and the police to scale the walls with gravity boots. While his goons fight a literal vertical war, Doc Ock sneaks off to the hangar to steal the Fantasticopter. Spidey is already one step ahead. He hops into the Fantasticar, busts straight through the hangar wall, and sandwiches Doc Ock right into the chopper. Turns out the only thing that shatters faster than Doc Ock's ego is his armored shell meeting a flying bumper. Spider-Man just got body slammed through 5 floors of the Baxter Building by a cyborg Dr. Octopus. The cops are outside having a massive gravity boot shootout with minions, but the real chaos is inside. Spidey survives a crazy helicopter crash, only to find Dr. O rising from the rubble, looking like a nightmare mashup of Darth Vader and the Terminator. His face is melted off to show cybernetic wiring, and his lower half is just pure metal tentacles. He grabs Spider-Man and literally drags him through the floorboards. They smash through the chemistry lab, the giant map room, and straight onto a pool table. This isn't just a superhero fight anymore, it is a full-blown demolition derby to the death. Dr. Octopus literally tried to hijack Spider-Man's body by shoving a robotic tongue down his throat. This comic storyline is completely unhinged. While an all-out war between police and demons tears up Empire City, a melting Dr. Octopus corners an exhausted Spider-Man. With nothing left but his brain and circuits, Doc O decides he wants Peter's body. He unleashes a cybernetic nanotentacle straight into Spidey's mouth and eyes to transfer his consciousness. Right before Spider-Man loses his body forever, a sniper blows Doc O's brain to pieces. The shooter is none other than Frank Castle, the Punisher, working with Commissioner Stacy. Spider-Man immediately throws up everywhere, proving even superheroes have a limit to how much gross sci-fi horror they can stomach. Norman Osborn just injected himself with Peter Parker's blood to become the ultimate monster. Empire City thought it was finally safe after the AracKnight saved the day. Jameson is mayor, Peter is scoring a date with Betty Brandt, and things look totally normal. But down in a sketchy abandoned club, Osborn is brewing absolute chaos. He hijacked Doc Ock's dead body and has the lizard floating in a tank like a weird science experiment. Osborn wants his empire back. He mixes his failed super soldier serum with a stolen vial of Peter's blood and shoots it straight into his heart. The Green Goblin is officially born from Spider-Man's own DNA, and this city is about to get wrecked. Spider-Man just got saved by the Punisher after a cyborg Dr. Octopus tried to steal his body. This Dieselpunk version of the web-slinger is absolutely wild. Doc Ock is a melting cyborg holding Empire City hostage to build a spaceship out of the Baxter Building. Peter infiltrates his crew, exposes him as a fraud, and they have a brutal fight where Ock gets crushed by the Fantasticar. Ock survives as a creepy robot brain and tries to force his mind into Peter's body. Right before he does, Frank Castle snipes Ock from a blimp. The craziest part is the ending though, because Norman Osborn is secretly alive and injecting Peter's blood to become the Green Goblin.